Manchester United 0. Wolverhampton Wanderers, the worst Premier League team, bar the promoted teams, 1 at Old Trafford. But don't worry, guys, because we are super duper amazing after beating Lyon, coming back after absolutely crapping the bed on Thursday night with Harry Maguire playing centre forward. Yeah, almost being knocked out of the Europa League by French farmers who were down to 10 men. Yeah, we're great, aren't we? Yeah, we're really good. Yeah. Rasmus Højlund. Yeah? What are you doing? I never want to see you again for this football club. But guess what? I'm probably going to have to for the rest of the season. That's why I want it to end. I am sick and tired. I don't want to be negative when I do these. I really don't. I wish I could come on here and actually enjoy watching my football club play. I wish I could enjoy watching players play. Don't get me wrong. There are some players that from today's game, as well as in general, I do enjoy watching. However, I'm not deluded. I'm not just going to blindly defend guys that don't deserve it. What do they give me in return? They give me nothing. Højlund gives me nothing. He gives nobody anything. But we'll get onto him in a minute. Guys, make sure to, for another FANCAM, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Leave a like, leave a comment. It's just going to be me today. No reaction from Ben. He's going to be joining me later over on TikTok at NSMUNITED for a live stream as we live watched late last night on TikTok. If you're a professional wrestling fan, of course you'll know that WrestleMania is currently going on. Night 1 happened last night. It was an amazing event. We streamed for about 4 hours or so. The first ever TikTok live stream I did. We averaged over 2,000 viewers across the whole 4 hours. It was absolutely brilliant night. So make sure if you're a wrestling fan to join us over on TikTok. 12 a.m. midnight UK time start for night 2 again tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. So yeah, make sure to stick around for that. Be a little bit more positive. I'll have some more fun over there because I can't have fun with this lot. Yeah, I cannot have fun. Yeah, or be deluded or get on the high horse or it doesn't matter what happens in the Premier League now because, we just need to go for the Europa League. We win the Europa League, the season's fixed. He. Yeah, no, that's not how it works. This club has won 20 Premier League titles. We've never finished in the bottom half, apart from when we got relegated in our history. Yeah, this season, and the majority of these players are a disgrace. I'm sorry, I don't want to be negative, but a spade is a spade, and I'm going to call it exactly how it is. Yeah? Let's go over the players like we usually do, back to front. Yeah? Goalkeeper. Well, he didn't make a horrendous error today, but you've got to save that free kick. What is your position? What is it with modern goalkeepers and their positioning for free kicks? Why are you giving so much leeway to the other side for the taker to try and shoot? What are you doing? And even then, you still should have got to it. I've said it before and I'll say it. Can we pay £50 million for this guy from Inter after he's been a huge success for both Inter and Ajax in the past? Because he won multiple league titles over there. Not going to win a league title with us, yeah, because he's a muppet, unfortunately. The guy's not fit. He's not fit to put his gloves on. He's not fit to wear the shirt. He shouldn't be here next season. Simple. Mazraoui, solid, again. What I will say, just looking defensively from today, Wolves I think they only had 1 shot on target in the game. They really weren't in it at all, to be honest with you. And Mazraoui was a key factor for that. I'm just going to have a quick look now. So XG, I mean, Wolves had 0.25, we had 1.1. We won the XG battle, guys. Yay! Wolves had 4 shots, 2 on target, one of them being the goal from the free kick, which obviously Mazraoui couldn't do much about. So, yeah, he was really, really solid in the back three, playing out of position again. The guys is just fantastic. £12 million we signed him for in the summer. He's been nothing short of dependable, hard-working, good going forward, good defensively. If he makes mistakes, he always busts the guts to, amend them instantly. He is what players you know, some of the young players that were playing today should look up to as a shining example, alongside a couple others who I'll get onto. So Mazraoui, good. Lindelof, no. Yeah, the only reason you kind of weren't as bad as you usually are was because Wolves were so bad going forward, even though they managed to still win, because we're so bad going forward, right? No, right? I am very much glad that you're going to be going at the end of the season. You know, bye-bye in a bit. Tyler Fredrickson, 20-year-old defender from the academy, coming in and making his debut today, started. He kept things really calm. He was always moving, you know, forward in the right spaces. You know, step forward like when he needed to make the interceptions. Looked really confident. Looks cool and composed. Looked like he'd been playing there for a while. Why is it that the majority of our best players come from the academy or young players that we end up signing, like Yoro? Why is it that the senior players, the ones that are actually supposed to do their job properly, don't do their job properly? Oh, well, what about Maguire? He's a senior player. He's doing well. Yeah, well, guess what? He's a better centre-forward than a centre-back, so he's not doing his job properly, is he? Because he can't play his actual position that we spent £80 million for, by the way. Yeah? Most expensive centre-back in Premier League history, but he's better as a centre-forward. No, I'm not having it. Yeah? Tyler Fredrickson, no. Very solid, mate. I'd like to see you play a couple more games towards the end of the Premier League season, and if you keep performing like you did today, you can probably play in the Europa League. As far as I'm concerned, look really good back there. Dorgu at right wing back, so he wasn't playing at left wing back today. Puts in 2 brilliant crosses from the right hand side. No takers, of course, because why would there be? But he was good playing out of position today. Really good going forward. He was substituted early. Yeah, solid display. Again, a young player who we brought in. The only player we brought in January. But he's come in and been very, very solid. He still needs to learn and adapt his game. There's still improvements that need to be made there, but promising. Ugarte was good. Shouldn't have been subbed as early as he was. Probably our man of the match today. Driving things up and down the pitch. Looked much more like himself today in that midfield. Was winning the ball confidently, wasn't giving it away as much. Was trying to start the attacks. Considering Bruno wasn't on the pitch. Bruno actually got a rest, kind of, today. Ugarte, solid. Still needs to do more. He can't give the ball away as much as he did on Thursday. He didn't have a good performance then, and obviously that was the biggest game of the season for us. And he can't do it when we play Bilbao in a couple of weeks across those 2 legs. But solid today. Eriksen, man, completely caught out for the free kick that was given away. He's just too old. He's too slow. He shouldn't be here. The only positive with Eriksen is that we got him on a free. And at least in his first season when he was playing for us, he was dependable. You know, I'm also just grateful for the fact that he's able to still be alive at this point. But, you know, this is Manchester United. This isn't a charity case. Yeah, this isn't Make-A-Wish, right? So, Eriksen, thank you, but bye-bye, right? Amas. Alongside Fredrickson and Ugarte, I thought he was one of our best players. Really good on the ball, fantastic going forward. It's such a shame he's been injured for the majority of the season, because I think he would have got a lot more game time if he wasn't. Put some really good crosses in alongside Dorgu. The wing-backs were the best players on the pitch today, which was nice because the wing-backs in Ruben Amorim's system need to be some of the most prolific on the pitch. So those two were doing their jobs. He's also really strong. I found he held his own really, really well against Semedo and just in general the Wolves players in midfield that he was having to battle with. You know, especially for his size. He's not a big lad, Amas, but very, very good. Hopefully he can maintain his fitness and provide some more performances like that going forward. You know, in the future as well as for the rest of the season, particularly in the Europa League. Garnacho wasn't horrendous. Didn't miss any, massive chances, but I mean, it doesn't help when he's got the idiot in front of him who I'm going to get on to, believe you me. But his decision-making is poor. Now, I understand, look, he's a young lad. He needs time to develop it. My point of view is, though, he shouldn't be starting for Manchester United week in, week out. Now, I blame the club for that because, you know, they let Marcus Rashford and Anthony go out on loan. They didn't get a replacement because they're idiots, right? Like the majority of people at this football club are idiots, yeah? He just shouldn't be starting. And if we get a good offer for him in the summer, considering the financial situation we're in and we need to deal with PSR, if we get 50 million plus, in it, go, because you can get someone way better and more dependable than him for that. It's not like Mainu, where I don't want them to sell Mainu, and we will get onto him next. He should have scored before half-time. You know, that chance should go in. I'm not going to dispute that, but you know, he's cool and composed. He really helps dictate, you know, the flow and like help, you know, manage the midfield through the game. Especially when he's got someone like Eriksen playing, you know, behind him. He's playing out of position as well. You know, he's playing in a much further forward position, which I know he can play, but he's much more better in one of the two central midfield positions, I think. And yeah, you know, not amazing, but solid 6-7 out of 10 performance, I think, from Cobby. He's also just come back from injury as well, so I'm not expecting him to light the world on fire. And then we get on to the cucuracha, the tranquilized giraffe, the guy who we spent 70 million on. I don't care what currency it is before you get in the comments, right? I don't care, yeah? The guy is a disgrace. He's a disgrace to this football club. He's a disgrace to the number 9 shirt. He's a disgrace to any football fan who pays money to watch on TV, in person, home or away fan. I felt sorry for the Wolverhampton Wanderers fans in the away end who are having to watch Rasmus Højlund play football today. Absolutely pathetic. He had so many chances to either score or assist, and he didn't get a single one right. He wastes everything. He slows everything down. He's always rolling around on the floor. His awareness is shocking. The runs he makes into the box are non-existent. He's always, as I said, rolling around on the floor. His balance is terrible. He has pace, but he doesn't use it. He is the biggest disgrace and the worst striker I have ever seen play in the history of Manchester United Football Club. Across our whole tenure, even post-Ferguson, which has been dreadful, right? We've had Lukaku, Cavani, Ronaldo, Van Persie, yeah, Rooney, even Ighalo. They're all competent centre-forwards who, when you look at how much we pay for them, were good value, or at least decent value. Højlund is the worst value footballer I've ever seen. 70 million. Makes me want to cry. Get out. Get out. Go as far away as you possibly can. Honestly, Martial was not the greatest player for this football club. He was constantly injured and he needed to go, right? He was on a ton of money. But I tell you what, I'd rather have Martial than Højlund. I'd rather have any... Højlund's the worst striker in the entire league. We're one of the worst teams in the entire league. And it's fitting with the centre-forward that we've got. Because he ruins everything. We should have won the game today, realistically. But we can't when we've got that guy up front. Amram, stop persisting with it. I'd rather you play Maguire up there. And I'm not even being sarcastic or trying to be funny or amp it up. I'd rather you play Maguire there. Disgusting. Then we got onto the subs. Dalot, move on. Move on. Just move on. Mason, oh my God, Mason Mount. Mason Mount. You want to talk about waste of money, huh? £60 million, number 7 shirt, Mason Mount. Gets a brilliant ball in, yeah, to equalise the game around the 82nd minute. Woo! 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 Flying into Rosed, yeah? Just like your career. Sailing all the way up and down and crushing right into the dirt, yeah? Number 7 shirt. Get out. Bruno came on. He had a free kick towards the end. He probably should have done better with, but I mean, he shouldn't have even had to come on the pitch today. For goodness sake, man. You know, he's done enough for this football club. He doesn't deserve it. I thought Chido Obi when he came on was bright, but How is he not starting over Højlund? What does he have to do to start a game? What does he have to do? What does he have that Højlund... What does he not have that Højlund does? Because Højlund doesn't have anything. I don't get it. I don't understand. Cheeto at least made some intelligent runs and was pushing the defenders, trying to have a scrap, trying to make things happen. And then Euro came on. I mean, he's just one of the defensive subs that Amram likes to make, really, just to kind of like settle the tempo of the game down. You know, didn't really make anything horrendous. But we are horrendous. We are a disgrace. No matter what anyone tries to say about Thursday, about the comeback and the great moment and this, that and the other, in that game we were a disgrace for how we capitulated, right? Because we did capitulate, right? And today we are a bigger disgrace. Wolverhampton Wanderers, who have been 17th, battling relegation the whole season, we've lost to them both times this season. We haven't scored a goal against them. We are now, if I look at the table, 14th. 10 wins, 15 losses, minus 8 goal difference. We're on 38 points, joint with Wolves and Everton. We're only 2 points above West Ham in 17th. 17th. That's probably where we're going to finish. Oh, but don't worry, because we're going to win the Europa League. Oh, yeah, because that makes it so much better. Yeah, because you guys weren't all cussing out Ten Hag when he finished 8th, by the way, and won the FA Cup. You weren't cussing him out or wanting him to go then, were you? No, yeah? And I'm not trying to say that we need to have a go at Amram. I'm saying Amram doesn't deserve to put up with these footballers. They're not footballers. They're pathetic excuses for professional athletes. They're a disgrace. The amount of money they're on, yeah? Mount, Shaw, Højlund, Casemiro, Eriksson. I could go on and on and on. I've done it before already. I've done it in this FANCAM. I am sick to death of this. End the season now. I'm so tired, right? I don't want to watch this football club anymore. I love them to death, but they make me... I literally feel sick and tired every single time I have to sit down and watch them. I don't want to watch them because I know how painful it is. And then even when I see good players play for us, I see them looking around at their teammates, the cucarachas, and they're like me. They're tired. They're disgusted. And then this breeds in the toxic positivity of, you know, the hard-working young players that are trying. They look around at the idiots, and then they start thinking, well, why should I try when no one else is? And then the constant cycle of bad, lazy, underperforming, overpaid players continues. Yeah? And if people think, right, because we've got some new people in the sporting department who are making better decisions, yes, because they're actually competent people in competent positions, right? We actually have a department now, okay? But if you think the club is still run better than what it was before, right, you're wrong. Ineos is running this club into the ground alongside the Glazers, yeah? The Glazers haven't gone, by the way. They're still here. The rats are still here, poisoning and infesting this once great football club. But don't worry, the Premier League doesn't matter because we've got the Europa League to focus on. 20 times league champions. And we don't need to focus on the league when we're 14th place. Honestly, get out. The fans that think that way, get out. The players that are a disgrace that I've mentioned in this FANCAM and across the rest of the FANCAMs, get out. Get out. I'm sick and tired of this. End the season now. End my suffering now. I'm so tired. I'm tired of it. And I'm sorry for being negative again, but what do you expect me to do? Wolverhampton Wanderers at home and we can't win. We can't score a goal. I'm done. I'm sick and tired of it. Make sure if you want to see a bit more positivity from me, because I don't want to be like this, but I'm not deluded. I'm going to say it like it is, right? That's why I do these, because I love my football club. And I can't stand the way that we're being run. I can't stand the way that we're playing. I can't stand the people that are playing for us. I was born in 2003. I started watching this club in 2008. I've known nothing but success growing up watching this football club my whole life. And then now what? You know, 12 years after Fergie stuff, you expect me to just be content with it all? No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. But I appreciate the support nonetheless. On TikTok last night, TikTok tonight, I'm sure. On the YouTube channel, across all my socials. Give me a follow at NSMUNITED, all across there. Links will be in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Free Palestine. Glazers out. Højlund out.